Hello everyone, I hope you are having an amazing Friday, and welcome to the Financial Friday session. I believe that wherever you are safe and that the Lord has kept you well. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for your continued support during this live session, and to all those that keep on taking another step to follow my page, Financial Wellness Center, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram. I really want to appreciate your support. I am so grateful. Sincere apologies. Last Friday I couldn't make it to come online as I had some other commitments that took up my time. However, I thank God that today I've been able to join each of you so that we can get to discuss on a money topic that can help us become better money stewards by the grace of God. So just to highlight, I'm trying to update the topic so that anyone who will come across this live session, they may not start wondering what is happening. I'm trying to update the topic. Meanwhile, as I update it, I encourage you to tag your friends, invite your friends who are already in the group. Remember, today's topic is how to manage, how to stay on budget while you are on irregular income. So as I said on the poster that I sent in on Wednesday, if I'm not wrong, I had mentioned that there are people who are in business. When you're in business, there are times you're not guaranteed to have income throughout. So such a person, how does he or she get to stay on their budget with irregular income? Maybe you are a freelancer. Maybe you do not have a continuous flow of income. It's important for you to know how you can be able to stay on budget while you do not have a stable income. So that is the topic for today. Meanwhile, to those that are joining in, welcome so much. I really appreciate your time and your presence here. You might send me a hi and say where you're watching this live session from. Remember, it's Financial Friday. It's Financial Friday, so tag your friends, tag those people who are in business, tag that person who is a freelancer, so that we can get to learn together. So I'll just update that topic, then we can start off right away. I can see you are all coming in. Let's keep on joining. I don't know why I can't find the live session on my other phone. Where is it? Here. So perfect. I've now been able to update everything. I can see Festus Amianda, you are joining us. Thank you so much. You are saying following sister. Thank you so much for following. Also ensure that you invite your friends so that they can join and get to benefit from this live session. Remember, the topic for today is how to stay on budget with an irregular income. As I said, we have a lot of people who are in the group, or there are people, they could be your family members, they could be your friends, or anyone that they do not have a stable income. So they could be freelancers, they could be entrepreneurs, they could be people who work on contracts. How do such a person get to be on budget with their income fluctuating? Maybe he or she gets a contract today, then the next time they'll get another contract, maybe it's after 4 months. So how does such a person get to stay on their budget and of course be able to achieve their financial goals? That is what we shall be discussing today. So for the interest of time, we'll start off right away. As I said, keep on inviting as many people as possible, and meanwhile you can send in a hi and say where you are watching this live video from, as we trust God to guide us. So wherever you are, I'd encourage you to bow down your head and let's pray so that we can start. So Father, we thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for another chance to fellowship together, another chance to learn on money principles that are kingdom based, Lord. As we share this knowledge, as we get to learn, oh God, may you give us a spirit of understanding. May you open our hearts, may you open our minds, that we may get to understand this wisdom and that we may put it into action for the transformation of our finances. We thank you, Holy Spirit, and as I teach your people, may you give me the utterance, and most of all, may God be glorified in this session. In the mighty name of Jesus, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. So I will start right away. I can see Agi, you are saying you are in Mlolongo. Thank you so much for joining us from Mlolongo. Keep on joining in. I will start right away. Remember, the topic for today is how to stay on budget with an irregular income. As I said earlier on, that you could be someone who doesn't have a stable income. Maybe you are in business. Trust me, I am in business, and I know not every month you get to have profits. Not every month you will get to have a constant figure for your finances. There are months that your sales could be high, there are months that your sales could be low. Especially with this pandemic, most of us have experienced fluctuations in our income. Maybe you could also be in employment, but your salary is not stable right now, because maybe your company has been affected by this pandemic. You could also be someone who works based on commission. Maybe you're paid based on commission. So if this month you make higher sales, you get more money. Maybe next month you could not be able to make higher sales, so you don't get money. All those people, how do you get to stay on your budget when your income is not stable? It's not continuous as we would expect. This is what we are going to talk about today. And I'd just like to say, we are in a world where our income has started to fluctuate, and especially with the introduction of people being able to be freelancers. You can be a freelance person. Maybe you work for 3 organizations. It could be remotely, or you work from home, or you're not on a, I wouldn't want to say on a payroll, but your income is not that stable. And as I was doing this research, I found out that almost 20% of the current workforce in the world, they are freelancers. That means that these people, they are not on a stable income. Remember, if you are, let's say, I don't know if it's informal sector, those people, you do contracts today, then you have to wait for another time so that the contract can come in. All those people, we can categorize them to be freelancers, because you are not attached to one organization that gives you continuous flow of income. Basically, to say, maybe you are not on a continuous salary. And as I said, a lot of people have now started embracing being freelancers, because they tend to find that when you are a freelancer, you kind of start taking control of your time, and you get to manage your time and get an opportunity maybe to do what you love more, or maybe an opportunity to spend time with those that you love. So all these people, they fall under that category where they do not have a regular income flow. So if you are one of them, this means that you will need discipline with your budget, because you are now your own boss. I've seen a lot of people online, when they say they are entrepreneurs, they call themselves self-made boss. Others, they call, when you are your own boss, you will need to be disciplined with your budget. You will need to, because you are now the one taking control of your finances. You are the one taking control of your retirement savings. Remember, if we compare with, let's say, people who are in employment, like full-time employment, it means this person, most organizations will always deduct some money from their salary and remit it towards their retirement savings. But what happens if you are not salaried, if you are not in such kind of unemployment environment? You need to be aware on how you can get to save for your retirement. You can get to take care of your own finances, your insurance, because no one is doing it for you. So while you are in irregular income, your financial life doesn't have to be unpredictable. And this is where most people really fail a lot, because when they are on irregular income, when they get a deal, for example, maybe this month they've been blessed to have a contract or get some lump sum of money, what they do is that they do not plan for it. So they will maybe overspend on that money. Then by the time they get another contract, or the time they get another income, it will take like 3 months. So you find like their financial life is so unpredictable. This is because this person does not know how to stay on budget with their irregular income. So today I'll share with us maybe 7 tips that will help you learn how to stay on your budget and be able to achieve your financial goals if your income is not stable. I had written here like 5 points, no, 6, around 6 to 7 points. So I will start right away. I can see most of you are joining in. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate your support and presence. And as I said, invite your friends, let them join this session so that they can get to learn on how they can stay on a budget with an irregular income. So the first tip is keep track of your time. You know, when you are self-employed or when you are a freelancer, time is money. You need to track your time, because example, if I am a freelancer, if I spend a lot of time on one project, it means I am taking up my time for the other projects that I should be getting or looking forward to. So it's important for you to learn how to track your time. Find a system that will work for you. I know there are a lot of apps online that will help you learn, be able to track your time, so that you don't end up spending too much time on one client or on one thing and losing it on the other. Remember, when it comes to being under an irregular income, time is money. The more time you spend on something, it directly affects how your income will be by the end of the month. So you might find, since you are a freelancer, or maybe you're working remotely for various clients, it could be multiple clients, you will spend more time maybe with one client who is paying you less, and then find that you don't have enough time to spend on another client who could possibly pay you more. So learn to track your time. Your time is equivalent to the income that you will get at that time. So track your time. Be very keen with your time. This is because your budget is not stable. Your money is, you are not like the person who is on a 9-to-5 job. The person is on a 9-to-5 job. Whatever they do, it's okay. Their pay is based on that 9-to-5 or 8 hours. But when you are the one taking control of your finances, you are the one who is taking control of how much you can earn in a month, then your time is very important. Don't spend your time on things that don't help you generate more income, because that will mean it will affect your budget at the end of the month. Then the second tip is that you need to make a monthly budget. Now, with irregular income, your monthly budget will be different. It will not be the same as the person who is on a regular income. Why? Because when you are on a regular income, usually we start the budget with the income we get. Because, example, if you are employed and you are getting a salary of $2,000 a month, what will happen when you are creating your budget, or when you are consulting with us to create a budget for you, we will start with your income, because every month you're getting an income of $2,000. But when you are under irregular income, remember, this month you can get $2,000, the other month you can get $3,000, the other month you can get $1,000. So when you are creating your budget, you don't start with your income. Rather, you start with your expenses. I hope you are all on this. So when you are under an irregular income, your budget should not start with the income you get. It should start with the expenses. This will help you know how much money you need to make in a month to be able to cater for your expenses. So for example, let's say my expenses for the month is like $1,000, and I am a freelancer. So what I will do when I'm creating my monthly budget, I will not start my budget with the income I'm speculating to get, but I will start by listing down my expenses. So maybe rent, electricity and water bill, food, saving towards my retirement, maybe insurance, or such kind of expenses. Now, once I list all of them down, maybe I come to find out that for a month I need to at least have $1,000 to cater for my basic expenses. So what that means, my budget, as I'm working under irregular income, I will look forward to making this amount of money for a month. Now, why do I say you need to start with your basic needs expenses? Because as a freelancer, you don't have the luxury to start with wants. I know most of freelancers, sometimes you need to meet with a client in a nice restaurant, and you need to pay for that coffee so that you can get to discuss and maybe close a business deal. So you need to have your expenses, basic expenses laid down, then have another column or segment whereby you lay down how how much do I need to spend on a month on things that that are not really my needs, but they are wants. Sometimes it could be your own wellness. Maybe you need to go out every once in a month or twice in a month, or you need to take your family, or you need to, just get away and, relax and get, feel good. I call it maybe mental wellness. You need to release that down. Then after that, you now start working with such a budget. My expenses are $1,000, and I need, on top of the $1,000, I need at least $500. So what I do, if I'm in business, I will ensure I push my business to give me that amount of money by the end of the month. So ensure you have a budget. Remember, your budget will be different from that of a person who is under regular income. Your budget will start with the expenses, because it will give you a picture of how much you need to have for you to be able to cater for your month. It will also give you a rough idea on if you need to add more jobs, or if you need more working hours, or if you need to maybe advertise yourself more to get more clients. And I can tell you, during this pandemic, I have seen a lot of people who maybe for some reason their jobs ended, or for some reasons they decided to start side business, or for some reasons they decided to go full time on their side business that they've been running while they were fully employed. So in such a scenario, it's important for you to come up with such a budget, because it will help you be focused whenever you get an opportunity to make money. There are people who say, my side business is just to cater for my vacation, or it's just to cater for my, my going out. Now, if you don't have a budget for such a side business, it means when money comes to you, you'll not be serious with it. And that one tells you why a lot of people will say, I started a side business 2 years ago, but I cannot tell if it's growing or not. It's because you are not tracking, you're not having a budget to tell you how much you've been spending and how much you have been wanting to make, so that you can cater for yourself. The third tip is that you need to build an emergency fund. I don't know how I can press this point, but when you have an irregular income, you are in very unpredictable times. So having an emergency fund is important. Usually we always, as a consultant, I usually tell people, especially if you are on a regular income, at least have an emergency fund that can cater for your expenses for at least 3 months to 6 months. This is for someone who is under a regular income. But when it comes to you who is under irregular income, as I said, you could be in business, you could be a freelancer, you could be maybe you're not yet employed, you're depending on your family and people to support you. You need to build your emergency fund. Now, your emergency fund will need to be at least for 9 to 12 months. This is because, let me just highlight, an emergency fund is a fund that is able, you set aside, that can be able to cater for your expenses for at least 3 to 6 months. That is if you have a regular income. But if you do not have a regular income, your emergency fund should cater for you for at least 9 to 12 months. This is because when you are in business, I'll give us an example to explain. When you are in business, for example, in January, those who are in business was kind of picking up, but then the pandemic came, Corona came in. So if you had a business that was not providing essential services, it means your clients, your income reduced because your clients reduced. Maybe if you are in tours and travel, or maybe if you are having an events company, you are affected by this COVID-19. So how would you survive until when the market recovers? This is where your emergency fund should have stepped in if you had it. However, if we did not have it, I believe we have learned a lot from this pandemic, and you need to start building up on it. Start building up on your emergency fund. You could, since you're starting out, you could, I usually say, you could look around your business or your house on things that you're not using, then sell them, and then the money you get from selling that item that you're not using, you put it on your emergency fund kitty. Another way is that now that you are still in business, every income that you get from that business, at least have a percentage deducted and taken to your emergency fund account. Ensure that you build it for at least that can cover you for 12 months or even 9 months, because your income is unpredictable. There are some of us, or some people out there, maybe you get a contract in January, then it could be a very nice huge contract, then the next time you're going to get another contract, it could be in June. So what happens in 6 months? The money you have gotten in January, maybe you may have spent it in the first 3 months. So the next 3 months until June, how will you survive? Your emergency fund should cover you up. So if you have an irregular income, please ensure you build on your emergency fund. It will help you as you wait to get another income coming in. This applies also to those people who are still students. If you are a student and you are in college or university, and your parents still take care of you, or even the government is supporting you with a student loan, it's important for you to come up with an emergency fund, because you cannot rely on people giving you money every month. Sometimes their budgets are so tight they cannot give you money monthly. Sometimes we've seen people who rely on the student loan. Sometimes the government may delay disbursing the money. So what happens to you? How will you take care of yourself? The emergency fund should come in. So when you get money, when you do that nice deal, when you get that project that is paying you very well, deduct some money and put it in your emergency fund. It will cover you on the days that you don't have business. Also, I just wrote something here. An emergency fund will cushion you if you are between projects or you face an unexpected expense. Remember, if you are in business, again, there are times an expense might come up. It could be you get sick, or it could be a very your friend gets sick, or your family member gets sick, and they need a lot of money, and maybe at that time you don't have a project, or you don't have your business is not that stable at that time. Your emergency fund will cushion you. Even the time there are time periods that lapse between you getting a good some clients and the other one, or sometimes it takes time. You could find your business makes profit this month, and the next time it makes profit is after 3 months. So what happens in between? How do you cater the business expenses? Your emergency fund should be able to help you. The fourth tip is that learn to back up your data and file your taxes. So when you are under irregular income, now this will touch base more on people who are freelancers and they really work on projects online. Remember, as I said, time is money. When you do not have a regular income, your time is very important. How much time you spend on a certain project determines how much income you'll make at the end of the month, and it will determine how your budget will be, if you'll be able to cover your expenses or not. So backing up your data is important. Imagine if you're working for a client, and then for some reason your laptop crashes. and all the work you had done for that project disappears. That means you'll have to redo the project again. Now imagine if this project, the original project took you, let's say, 3 days to create it or to make it. If your laptop crashes and you had not backed up your data, it means you'll need another 3 days to redo the project again. That means your money and your time is being consumed while you're not making money from it, which will result to you not being able to stay on your budget for the month. So learn to back up your data. You could choose to back your data using an external hard drive or a cloud-based service. I remember at one time I had this project I was working on, and it took me a week to set up that project to be very well. And when I was just about to finish it, my laptop crashed. Like, everything just disappeared from my laptop. I had not backed the data. So what happens? That meant I had to spend another week to redo the project. Meaning, this additional week that I had to spend redoing a project, I could be using the same week to make more money doing another project, another new project. And trust me, that month I was truly messed up in my budget, because the time that I would spend making more or getting more clients, I was spending it redoing a project. So backing up your data is very, very important when you are under irregular income. Also, remember to file your taxes. I've seen a lot of people who are, maybe you are not employed, you were employed before, then now you're not employed. Then it will take like 2 years for you to be employed again, or 1 year to be employed again. So such people, they say like, maybe the government will understand that I'm not filing my taxes. But then when they get maybe employed, or when they get money and they want to file their taxes, especially if you're in business, you find that you have fines. The government is charging you fines because you did not file your taxes. So when you are under irregular income, ensure you are filing your taxes on time, just to avoid being fined by the authorities. So file your taxes on time and ensure that you are backing up your data. Remember, even if you are in business, it's important for you to have data, because it will help you forecast on how your business should be in the future. So let's say, for example, you want to run an advert next week, and you've been in business for like 4 months. If you've been taking data very well and you're storing it well, you can review your data and see, if I want to advertise, my clients are from this location, or my clients prefer this and this. So with a backed up data, you are able to even be able to increase your income when you are setting out new projects or new ventures. Another thing is, especially for freelancers, I've seen people who tell you, I'm good at this, maybe I'm good at design. How do they call it? Design art, arts and design. Now you ask them, what is, can I see your portfolio? Or someone will tell you, I'm so good at photography, I'm a good photographer, can you give me an opportunity to give you my services? Then you ask them, can I see your portfolio? Then they don't have it. That means this person, when they were doing their project, they did not back up that data. So back up your data. It will act as a portfolio towards helping you get more clients or build up on your brand later on. Then the fifth tip is save for retirement. This is very, very important. If you are under irregular income, saving for retirement is important. We have seen a lot of people who are now old, and they will tell you, when I was young, I was making a lot of money, but now that they are in their retirement age, they have nothing. Sometimes they're not even able to cater for their own basic expenses. And you wonder how comes when you were, in prior years you had a lot of money, you were able to lead a very nice lifestyle. What this person didn't do, they did not save for their retirement. Remember, you are not like the person who is on a 9-to-5 employment. You are taking sole control of your financial future. So it's important to learn how to save for your retirement if you are under irregular income. Now, some of you could be saying, but Sheila, I get maybe a business deal once a week or twice a week. How do I save for my retirement? You are right, but you need, every time you get an income, you could say 20% goes to my retirement. Now, in this case, you need to choose very well on the tools that you will use to save for your retirement. It should be a bit different from those who are under full-time employment, because your income is not continuous. If somebody is under full-time under regular income, they are able to deduct the employer or whatever, they are able to deduct a certain amount of money every month constantly. But for you, you are not under regular income, so you need to get a retirement tool that will help you be able to put money every time you get a project. As I said, you could find that you get a project in January, then the next time you get another project is in June. So when you get your project in January, that income that you get from that project, put it as have a percentage. You could say 20% will go to my retirement. So the next time you get another income, again another 20% goes to your retirement. Now here you need to check on the tools, because not all retirement tools allow you to do such kind of payments, that you make a payment in January, then the next time you make a payment is after 6 months. Some of them don't allow you, but there are other tools that can help you do that. And at this point, I would just like to encourage you to check out my YouTube channel. There is a video I've done on how you can plan for your retirement. So in that video, you'll learn on the tools you can focus on investing or saving in when it comes to your retirement. Head over to my YouTube channel. You can check Financial Wellness with Sheila Mboga. Check out that video. It will give you an idea on what retirement tools you can use when it comes to saving for your retirement. So on the fifth tip is, I think I'll take a break. We are remaining with 2 more tips and we are done with today's session. So if you're watching me, keep on bringing in your questions. Remember, we are discussing on how to stay on budget with an irregular income, and this is the time you can start writing your comments. You can bring in your questions and I will be more than happy to read them. I will just take a break and see what you are saying. I can see Vanessa, you are saying you're following. Thank you so much for following. Joanita, you are following us. Thank you so much for following. I really appreciate your presence. Keep on writing down your questions. We are about to wind up today's session. Remember, I've already given us 5 tips that you can use to help you stay on your budget when you are under irregular income. So I'll just recap to those that are joining us. I say the first tip is that you need to keep track of your time. Time is money, and how you spend your time when you are under irregular income matters a lot on how much money you can be able to make by the end of the month, which affects how your budget will be. The second tip is that you need to make a monthly budget. It's very important for you to make a monthly budget. And remember, I said that your monthly budget should start with expenses instead of income, since you use it to forecast how much money you need to make by the end of the month to cater for your lifestyle. Then the third tip I said is build an emergency fund. It will help cushion you when you are between projects or when you face an unexpected expense or emergency. Then the fourth tip I said, you need to back up your data and ensure that you file your taxes on time. Backing up your data will help you to avoid having to redo a project, thereby wasting time. And also having backed up your data, it will help act like your portfolio when you are looking for other business ventures. Or if you're in business, when you have data saved, you can use it to forecast on how your business is performing and know what your customers need. And when you file your taxes on time, you are able to avoid being fined by the authorities. Then the sixth one I said, you need to save for retirement. Remember, you are the one under the sole control of your finances when you do not have a regular income. So it's important for you to come up with a system or a way whereby every time you get money, it could be from a contract, it could be from a project, or anytime you get money, deduct some percentage and let that percentage go into your retirement account or retirement tool. And this is where I said you need to be very careful with the retirement tool you use, because not all retirement tools allow you to make a deposit today, then the next time you're making a deposit is after 6 months. So you need to be careful with the retirement tool you choose, because if you choose a wrong retirement tool, they are going to take, let's say if I put money in a retirement tool in January and the next time I'll put it after 6 months, if that tool does not allow such kind of depositing, they might end up deducting money from my account, because they will be charging me on the months that I was not actively contributing to that retirement tool. So it's important for you to learn on the retirement tool you can be saving your money towards your retirement. This will help you avoid when you no longer have the energy to do the business anymore, or you no longer have the energy to do the freelancing, you will be having something to cater for your lifestyle. Then I think the fifth tip is that get an insurance, especially disability insurance. You need to get an insurance that is able to provide you income if you have an accident or illness that will prevent you from working. Now, this is where you also need to be very careful with the insurance broker you use. Get to know the premiums, get to know everything about that insurance package that you take, because in the event you get a disability, maybe God forbid, but if it happens, you could be disabled for, let's say, 1 year. Now, if you're the sole proprietor in your business, or if you're the person who does everything in your business, that means for at least 1 year you will not be able to do this job or this project or this contract. How will you cater for your expenses? If you have an insurance, a disability insurance, it will be able to cater for you. As I said, when you are taking an insurance package, read the terms and conditions very well. Take your time, don't rush it. Also, get to know the premiums and what happens at maturity of the package you've taken. Then the last tip is consider creating a separate bank account. Now, this is where I have a problem with most entrepreneurs in the Entrepreneurs Academy, because they mix up everything: personal money, business money, everything. They say money is money, but when it comes to when you have irregular income, money is not money. you need to have order of your money. And the one way you can have order of your money is having a separate bank account. This is what you can do. Let's say you can open a bank account. It should be a simple one, not a very complicated bank account. It could be a simple one that will help you to be like your business checking account. So when you get, let's say today you are doing a project, you've gotten a project and you're getting money from that project. The money you get from that project goes directly to that bank account. Then from that bank account, you will now start deducting the same way you could be deducted when you have a salary or full-time income. So you will, from that checking account that you've opened for your small business or your big business, you'll deduct, I'm paying myself, you take the salary for yourself. I need to build on my emergency fund, you deduct some money. I need to cater for my business bills or personal bills, you do that. By doing that, you'll be able to stay on budget, because you'll know this is the money that has come to my account, and this is how I'm going to break it down. But when you mix up everything, imagine you're mixing up money from your friends, you're mixing up money from your side business, you're mixing up money from a project you've done, you will not be able to really tell, you'll not be able to control your money or tell it where to go. So it's important for you to create a separate bank account solely for your business. Please take your business, especially if you're a freelancer, it's important for you to take your business seriously. Just because you work online doesn't mean you don't have to do things in a business and professional way. Open a separate bank account, let money from your business go there, then deduct it just the same way an employer could do it if you are employed by them. And I had noted here something that especially when you set a separate business account or bank account, it helps you when it comes to filing your taxes, because you'll be able to know from January to June I've been able to make this amount of money, and this is now the much I need to pay for my tax. It will also help you know when it comes to doing bookkeeping. As I said, if you are just working online as a freelancer, you also need to have a bookkeeping record so that you can know. I started my business, maybe when I started I was getting one project, but now 1 year down the line I'm able to get at least 5 projects, and I'm able to get this amount of income, and I'm now able to maybe increase my budget to this amount. So consider creating a separate bank account. Do not mix it up with everything else. When you do such a mix-up, it's very easy for you not to be able to know if you're making money or maybe if you need to improve your skills. So with those 6 tips, I'm not sure, I wasn't counting very well. With those tips, you will be able to stay on your budget with irregular income. Remember, I said whether you are in business or maybe you are a freelancer, you work online or you work once in a while, or you are a contractor whereby you get a contract this month, next month you're not getting a contract, or you are a student who is relying on your family to give you income to sustain you, or maybe you are depending on gifts from people to sustain you, then it's important for you to learn how you can stay on budget with such an irregular income. So I'll just repeat on the topics as you write down your questions. Feel free to ask any questions if you have any. I can see Aggie, you are saying repeat your name on YouTube, we subscribe. My name is Sheila. You need to check on YouTube, Financial Wellness with Sheila Mboga. the same way it appears on this live session, but I will be attaching the link after this live session, so you can be able to head over and subscribe. So as I said, I'll repeat the points as we wind up. Keep your questions coming. If you have any questions, this is the time you need to write as I recap on the points that I've said. So the first point, remember the topic is how to stay on budget with an irregular income. The first point is keep track of your time. The second one is make a monthly budget. The third one is build an emergency fund. The fourth one is back up your data and file your taxes on time. Then the fifth one is save for retirement. And then the sixth one is get a disability insurance. This is very important. You might find yourself not being able to work for like 6 months because maybe you got an accident, or for some reasons you're just not able to perform your work. A disability insurance, if you have it, it will be able to cater you during that time. Then consider opening a separate bank account so that you don't end up mixing all the monies you are getting to handle and not being aware on how you're progressing with your financial journey. So until then, we are so on time today. If you have any question, feel free to ask right away. I will be more than happy to answer. Meanwhile, to those that will watch this live session later on, you can post your questions in the comments. I'll try my best to go through them later on and answer where applicable. Also, you can feel free to inbox me if you need any guidance when it comes to matters of financial management and investment. And most of all, you can follow me on Instagram at Financial Wellness Center, and like my Facebook page, Financial Wellness Center, so that you can get to acquire money skills, business management skills, and investment tips at your convenience. So until then, I wish you a very, very blessed day or Friday. Remember to keep on learning. Learning does not come to an end. Get to learn, get to equip yourself so that you can become an exceptional human being to the world. So stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. God bless you.